you. OK, welcome back, folks. Now, my next guest shot to fame playing Roberta in The Railway Children, and she starred in such classic movies as Walkabout and American Werewolf in London, and was, of course, the double-crossing Tessa in Spooks. A new DVD is called Number 1, Longing, Number 2, Regret. Sounds like my life story, that does. Will you please welcome the one and only Mrs. Jenny Agutter? Let me hear you. Come on. Well, how lovely to meet you. Absolutely lovely.
And you.
No,
and
really.
be in this glorious room of yours.
It's a bit, isn't it?
It's over the top. It's wonderful.
It's not for people who go for I can't say it, minimalism, is it really? So, imagine dusting that lot.
Oh, yeah.
Forget it. You just turn the Hoover on and hope they all get sucked in. This DVD, now this title of this movie is fascinating. To me, it sounds right up my street, like Distant Voices, Still Lives. You know, those kind of titles.
Yeah.
What's it about?
I've no idea. No.
You haven't got a clue.
Number 1, Longing, Number 2, Regret, it's called.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure I suppose the title refers to longing and regret of sorts of different people.
Yeah.
The character I play is a detective who has found someone who's actually arrested someone for murder, and then it turns out that they perhaps aren't the murderer, and of course, as with all stories, you can't give away the end.
No, you can't, no.
She gets rather over-fascinated with him.
But you come obsessed with the subject.
Yeah.
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 Oh, so you're in that like a
I guess
stalker.
there's the longing and regret there as well. Yeah, sort of, exactly, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Have we got a clip, Bert? I'm dying to see this. Put it on then, please.
Come on. We just want to find out what you were doing there and where your friend is. We need to find him. He's very dangerous.
Leave him alone.
We can't do that. He's killed somebody.
He didn't kill anybody.
Jack, this can all be over so easy. I'll look after you. Everything will be okay.
I have to confess, I like the look of that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's beautifully shot.
With the enigmatic title, and then it's shot...
It's quite an enigmatic film.
Yeah, is it? Oh, no, yeah. See, I'm heavily into Ingmar Bergman, which people always go, well, because you can't understand them, and they're quite bleak, which suits me.
Yes. Except for that wonderful one, Fanny and Alexander, which is funny and lovely. Yeah.
No, I like Wild Strawberries, when the old man goes on the trip and remembers. And,
yes.
Oh, it's wonderful. I should have... When is this released? When does the DVD out?
Next week.
Is it?
Yeah.
Bert, have we got a copy? Shove it in me duffel bag, I'll watch that when I get home tonight. Listen, Equus finishes on Saturday.
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed the run?
It's been terrific. Great fun. I mean, we've just had... You know, it's quite hard to be in a play for an extended period of time. But we've had such good audiences, and people bring different... The audiences are different every night. And that allows one to kind of spark off that. And Richard Griffiths is lovely to work with. He's always bringing fresh things to it. And Daniel Radcliffe, too. So it's been really enjoyable.
What's he like in the part, Daniel? Because I know there was a lot of publicity surrounding him, wasn't there? Because yeah. Did that put more pressure on you? Because
oh, you're talking about the fact that there's the nudity in it, which got more publicity than anything else. Well, no, it didn't put pressure on us. The pressure is actually to put the play on and to get that right.
Yeah.
And Daniel is absolutely fantastic. And, of course, anyone that's come to see Harry Potter is going to be surprised, because it's not Harry Potter, it's Daniel Radcliffe, who's this wonderful 17-year-old actor who is passionate about what he does and has created a wonderful Alan Strang. And it's very moving.
This is another thing I missed.
Oh,
it's Jenny. I'm banged up in this place. This is it. I never get the chance. And when I'm feeding lambs and milking cows, everybody else is having these glamorous lives. LA, the theatre. What am I doing? But you were in the original movie version, weren't you? You won the BAFTA for it. I
did. Yeah. I played Jill, the girl who seduces him in the stable.
Yeah.
Well, you know, she's a friend, and and it should all be wonderful, and of course that's when things go awry. And yes, I played Jill in the film, but the film was not. It's interesting because it couldn't really serve the play as well. It was beautifully shot, and it was very good, but because film in a way makes you go inside something, it's much more about the realities of it, that you don't get the argument so well.
Was it strange returning to the stage version after you'd done the movie?
There's so much time in between that, I mean, it came to me almost like something completely fresh. It's lovely to have the echoes of it. And also, you know, Peter Shaffer was very much around when we were filming, and he was very much there when we were doing the play. So although the time's gone by, there were certain bonds that took one back and made me remember. But otherwise, it's just looking at it completely freshly. As well, it was, you know, it was not a script. It was a, you know, it's a play.
Yeah.
And it's a different role, obviously.
Was it Colin Firth who was in the original? Was it
Peter Firth.
Peter Firth, that's right. The guy who was in Letters to Brezhnev.
And yes, and in Spooks.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I get bits. The brain connects. You know what I mean?
Letters to Brezhnev was a lovely film. Yes, he's done some terrific work. Yes.
Now, you were a child star, weren't you? Did you offer any advice to Daniel? You know, when you...
I couldn't really, because he's much more sorted, I think, than I was.
Yeah.
I started off, you know, age 11, same as he did. But by the time I was 17, there was very little happening. I mean, I did 3 films in a row, age 16. I start counting Walkabout, and then The Railway Children. And there was nothing very much else happening in film after that, so I had to get into theatre. You know, I didn't finish my education, so there was nothing else I could do. And I didn't really have a proper theatrical training. And so I went to Farnham Rep and I did a terrible version of School for Scandal where nobody laughed at me at all, which is really quite difficult because it's a very funny play.
God, I couldn't think of anything worse doing restoration comedy and the audience in silence.
It was the first play ever without understanding anything about language. Yeah, and the audience completely silent.
The Railway Children. Now, you're doing a documentary about Elizabeth Nesbit, is this right?
Well, you know, it's a film really about... It's something that's a little bit on hold at the moment, but it's... I became intrigued by her life. Basically, I did The Railway Children first for the BBC when I was 14.
That's right, yeah, I
and
remember.
then Lionel Jeffries in the film, and I was very kind of unsure about making that as a film, actually.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when I met him, I thought, absolutely, it's going to be wonderful, and it's terrific. But you just don't know what the sort of success is going to be. And then I went away to America after being in the theatre, and I was away for, you know, 16, 17 years. When I came back, people were referring to The Railway Children, which was odd for me, because I'd been away from that for so long. And I just realised there's such a longevity to that story. And I think anyone that's been touched by The Railway Children, there have been lots of versions of it, always gets the same reaction from people. It's such a lovely story, and it's about innocence. And people want to keep that in their lives. And Lionel Jeffries' film was so beautifully done and really captured that innocence so well. And I've been so much associated with that. You know, I'm, you know, Roberta in The Railway Children, because people want to remember that time and want that to be part of their lives. So when I played the mother in the Carlton version, people got very cross with me. How could you do that? How could you be your own mother?
Well, time moves on.
Time
exactly.
does move on.
Jenny, it's a real treat to meet you. It really is. And best of luck with the movie.
It's so sweet of you to put our pictures here.
You're very welcome. We always do. Ladies and gentlemen, please, get your hands together for the lovely Jenny Agutter. Come on. Well, I refuse to do this, but we sent somebody else. We're going to test a roller coaster. I'm not even going to watch.